Hey everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Spyro the Dragon. So, in the last episode, we beat the 3 basic levels, including the home world. So, we will now step on all these again, because guess what, we have to again. And we will then trigger the speedway. Or in this game, I call them flight paths, just because they're like this, or flight zones, but sunny flight. So, all you have to do, destroy everything here in a given amount of time, collect all the gems. Now, yeah, so we got trains. Well, we gotta actually destroy the explosives on the train. So just flame one and they both go. Even though I think your flame technically can hit both at the exact same time. So I'm not entirely sure how much of it's actually just from, yeah, see, one flame works. Now we got some little planes. Also, we had some lag there. I'm hoping that's not a regular occurrence anymore. Like, I had fixed things up, but because I don't want to have to, like, restart my computer every time I record one episode of this. That would be, honestly, the most debilitating thing for a project ever. I know there's an enemy. There he is. Now let's grab all this stuff and go this way, I guess. Not the way I normally go, so I'm hoping things still work out going this way. But yeah, I do apologize for the first episode not being high quality. The audio was beautiful, everything worked out, the static is all gone that I had issues with, but for some reason, you know, I had to shrink it down. But now I got things back to the regular size that everything should be. So I'm hoping that means that the projects will forever be good. And that means we can now do PS1 Let's Plays a lot more often. Now, I do know that there's one left over here. Oh, you can't actually go up there, okay. It's not like in the later Spyro games where you actually have control of like how high and far you can go, but okay, I think we're gonna make it. This is my poorest excuse of a showing ever for this speedway, but I think we're gonna make it. Yeah, we're barely gonna make it, but here we go. And as soon as you do it, Spyro will fly up and everything will spin around. You need to complete each one because then you get 60, plus then you get the all-in-one, which... No. I didn't actually want to do this level again. I forgot that... Wait, what? Try again? No! I thought that said quit. Well, apparently it didn't mean quit. Anyways, we got 300 gems, which now brings us to 900. So, I believe that is the most gems in the first world. Now we can actually go take on the boss. Now in this game, unlike the sequels to this game, bosses actually have their own stages. Like that you actually can go and collect gems. This one, being Toasty, also one of the best colored levels in my opinion. Also, we've seen pictures of what this game looks like in the remastered version. Or I guess, it's not even really a remaster, it's a complete remake. And it looks beautiful. I hope they keep the same music. I know the Crash series did. Now these things are called stone dogs. And what you have to do with them is you flame them, back up, flame them again to kill them. And yeah, a lot of the enemies in this level only drop small gems because it's a boss level, so it's supposed to be more difficult. Whoa, how did he not hit me? Like, he should have hit me. As a kid, this level probably gave me the most difficult time for like the longest time in this game. I don't think it was till like, whoa, you were still stone. I didn't know they could jump when they were stone. Also, my girlfriend is obsessed with sending me messages today. Must be the slowest day for a Friday, or they have like 50 people working or something. Cause... Also, did you guys see that? I clearly jumped on the gem, and I went over it. Also, these shepherds, I believe this is the last time you'll see them. But a lot of enemies will be reoccurring in a world. So, like, in the next world, we'll see probably, like, a lot of specific enemies that are only found in that world. And I mean all of the levels, too. Not just one specific level. I mean, like, they could show up in, like, 3 or 4. Now, there are enemies that are solely unique to certain stages. Like, for instance, those rams. They only showed up in one stage. Also, bosses only have one dragon. Believe there is one that has 2, but it's the only exception. And this level only has 100 gems, making it probably the smallest level in terms of collection, but not the smallest level in terms of level. I still think that belongs to Sleepy Hollow. Or not Sleepy Hollow, Dark Hollow. I was thinking, wait. It crushed me afterward. Go figure. I hope that's something that they fix in the game. I'm also kind of wondering when you play the remaster if they're going to make it more difficult. Because they actually made the Crash Bandicoot trilogy more difficult than it was. They messed up a lot of the jumping. But anyways, our only dragon, Nevin.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, and these tricks actually aren't how he's going to beat you, by the way. Now, yeah, so we got this weird pumpkin jack-o'-lantern scythe reaper guy, but flame him, and he sounds like a sheep. That ain't suspicious at all. I wonder what that could be. It sounds very suspicious. Also, you got a lot of pet dogs. Oh, look, a sheep! Get it? It's like a sheep in wolf's clothing, but it's more like a sheep in boss clothing. Whoa. Yeah, I really wish I kind of equipped the D-pad for this level, because this level is not fun without the D-pad. But anyways, there we go. Flame him. Again, you beat him. Bosses always take a certain amount of hits. And with that, my friends, we are done the Artisan World. So now we can move on to the next. So yeah, in the later Spyro games, what happens when it comes to bosses is you'll beat all the levels, and a lot of time you'll get teleported to like the transfer zone that is either a balloon, or it's like a ship, a rocket, a doorway, and it'll bring you to this thing that says you're going to the next world, but it's like, oh, surprise, boss. And then you go to the boss, or it'll straight up say it's the boss's level. And that's exactly what you gotta do. But in this game, no, bosses have levels. Marco the Balloonist. Wow, I see you have been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeepers world if you like, and since we have no reason to stay here, let's go to the Peacekeepers. Now, the funny thing is about this game, later games, they have a lot of dialogue. You can either listen to them, you can just click the X button, make them quiet, and then you read it on your own terms. But this game, the balloonists have actual text dialogue, but they're the only ones in the game, and they're also the only ones in the game that don't actually physically speak. Now these guys, I forget what they're called, but now we meet a new race of dragon, aka Titan.
Welcome to Peacekeepers, Spyro. Look how our treasure has been turned against us and stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
So the first one was you actually have, like, so each balloonist, before I go any further, each balloonist has a requirement to go to the next world. In the Artisan one, it was free dragons. In this one, it's to collect gems. Now, each world also has a different type of dragon. So the first one, you had your basic dragons that you'll see a lot of throughout the Spyro trilogy. This world has these spikier ones. The third one will have magical ones. The fourth one will have big burly swamp ones. And then the fifth one will have, you know, whatever is in that world. Now, also, 200 gems, 3 dragons, and an egg. So totally different than Peacekeepers, Artisans. So Dry Canyon, I believe, is level 1. It is also the longest level in this world, which is honestly relatively funny. You can also use these cannons. You just go up to them and you can flame. You will need them in this level to collect everything, but not right now. Also, these guys, if you let them go into tents and flame the tents, they will moon you. It's a really funny little gimmick, but kind of also inappropriate for a kids game. But then again, it's a butt. We see butts all the time in children's things. SpongeBob has his butt out all the time. So here's a good example. See? They pull down the flap of their pants and moon you. Sometimes they cower in fear, but... Anyways, Cliff Town is level 2. Don't want to go there yet. See, the blue guys will go to the cannons, while the red guys will retreat to the tents, making them clearly the wussier of the group. Also, another dragon. There's the balloonist. He's in the middle of this world. Because this world, for some reason, doesn't really have an end point. It's just kind of like a loop. Oh, looks like we got some more of these. I don't even know what you call them. I'm going to call them gem jumpers. Now, these indestructible crates can only be destroyed by cannons. Also, the boss is Dr. Shemp. Now, let's go down here, which is actually level 3. And that is Ice Cavern. Yeah, surprise, it's not a desert-themed level, but it kind of makes sense. Magnus Bane.
Hi, Spyro. Sparks the Dragonfly has been doing a good job protecting you. Make sure to keep him strong by feeding him lots of butterflies.
Yay, the third time somebody's relayed that information to us. As if we needed that. Anyways, let's go use these cannons. So what you do is you go up to it, and then you just line it up, press the circle button to flame, and then it'll destroy it. There we go, we got some money. And you can keep turning like this. You can flame this since there's a target. This will actually open up the next part of the level. Or apparently I didn't flame in the right spot. There we go. And then there's one more metal dude. We'll just flame it there. It usually homes in on the metal crates. But the rock that we had to shoot down is a little more finicky. I don't want to accidentally go into the level or anything. I want to collect the gems. Yeah, see, we just got over the 100 mark now. We got a lot right there, but we're only at 120. That means we need 80 more gems. Also, as you guys could tell, this would be the flight level. It's night flight. This one, I don't know why, but I believe this is the one that I have more issues with. Not entirely sure why it's the level that I have issues with, but it is. I'm not saying it's hard. It's just, I always forget the order that you do things in. Anyways, these jackalopes are kind of annoying. And here's our egg thief. Actually, in this game they're called blue thieves. I believe in the other game they're called egg thieves. Anyways, our third dragon, which is Gunner.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some...
Just toast those enemies and collect the treasure.
I love how they're the peacekeepers, but yet they're the ones bent on money. Anyways, let's go collect these green gems. I thought I would have to take this little pathway, but I forgot that you don't. This is literally just for some gems. Because guess what? There is a chest with a key. Wait, no, not a chest with a key. I thought there was, but I'm just going crazy. I know there is, because I picked up the key. I'm pretty sure I picked up... Yeah, I'm like... There's one here. I picked up the darn key, so I would know, right? Yeah, so a lot of the treasure is just hidden throughout here. And this will be everything then. So once again, just press select. We have everything. So now we can go to another level. Oh, I made it. As a kid, I could never make that for some reason. Not entirely sure why. Now, Dry Canyon can be quite the difficult level if you don't know what you're doing. But anyways, let's go to it. So we got another 200 gems. 1,200. I forgot how much we actually need. Might be 1,500 or something like that. Also, you can flame these cactus. I was going to say cactuses, cacti, but then they just shake it off. So yeah, this level has 400 gems, 4 dragons, and 1 egg. I believe this is the biggest level for a long time in this game. It's a good level, though. I really do like this level, and I can't wait to see it HD. I think they did show off one of the enemies here in HD, though. But September 21st, man. Only game that I'm actually counting down the days for, and then I'm going to be playing Black Ops 4 when it comes up, but I'll have this game beaten in that time frame. Also, there's the egg thief. Also, you can be immune to those cannonballs if you charge into them. They won't actually cause damage to you, but they will stop you. You'll break them, but you'll stop them. And there we go, we got the egg. It was only 1 egg, right? Some levels do have 2 eggs, so you gotta be on the lookout for that. There we go, destroy all the enemies. And we got more of these gem hopper things, and that was just bad. I'm gonna kill you before you shoot me. Now, in other Spyro games, they did add skill points that allowed you to get lives by doing little objectives. A lot of time, if there were cacti in levels, then you would just flame them, and then you would get a life for collecting so many. But yeah. Also, I think I know what they meant by dragons save your progress. And what that means is when you get a dragon, I believe when you die, that's where you respawn. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, let's collect this dragon. His name is Conan.
Thank you for releasing me.
See, Thor, Conan, really cool names. Once again, don't really provide much sustenance in terms of what they talk. Or talk about. What they talk? Yeah, what they talk. Sound like I'm some kind of like caveman talking here. Also, we got a secret passageway. Not so secret because there's stuff in it, but... Also, got hit. But these guys are called bird wranglers. They're not even called Nork wranglers or anything like that. They're just bird wranglers. I think they'd be called vulture wranglers because clearly... I think these guys are called buzzards or something like that. Yeah, in this game, a lot of enemies didn't really have any cool names. They were just named after exactly what they were doing. I believe this level also introduces the first purple gem. I'm relatively sure it does. Sometimes, though, when you destroy a certain object in the level, it will cause the enemy who drops it to die. So you'll just see like a random purple gem. So if you just see a random purple gem, remember it's an actual enemy that was there. It's one of the Wrangler enemies. Also, Sparks does not like to pick things up in different heights. You have to be ground level with it. Also, there's a chest over there. That is probably one of the hardest things to get in this entire game for a long time. I believe until World 4. It's one of the hardest things till World 4. Anyways, we got Ivor.
Is that you, Spyro? Are you the young dragon I've been hearing so much about? Ever since you're a wee puff of smoke, we've known,
You've known?
I forget.
Apparently he forgets whatever it is that he wanted to say. Anyways, let's go up the building. Also, you can charge and jump, but you do it a lot lower than the sequels. Like I said, the sequels literally just make this game so much better. They don't ruin anything, they just make the game even better. Though, the different thing about Spyro 2 is, I know this is a slight spoiler if you've never played it, but instead of dropping gems, enemies drop like wisps that eventually just activate power-ups. And then it goes back to this theme in Spyro 3. Now these rocket things you flame, get away because they will hurt you in that explosion, and then they'll drop gems. Kind of a interesting little gimmick. And just once again, wait it out. Get some... Oh, that was really bad money. Now we need the key still, right? I'm pretty sure we still need the key. Yeah, so I'm not going to bother with that till we get the key. Also, want to keep pressing R1 as the charge button for some reason. Now, see this enemy right here. Sometimes that rocket thing will kill him, and yeah, see he drops a purple. Or an amethyst, depending on who you are. Also, this bird is usually never alive either. Okay, we got another little cannon puppy here. Yeah, and see, we collected everything down there. So now we can just go up here and talk to this dragon, which is Boris, the animal.
Dry Canyon rewards good gliders. You are a good glider, eh, Spyro?
I was born to glide.
I don't know if he was like thinking Spyro's being sarcastic, or if he's like, no, we're born to fly, because, oh man. Oh yeah, also if you push down while gliding, you'll do that weird little flappy thing. It's like you're coming in for a landing. But yeah, so then you just glide over here. You can only get from this side, so be careful. Now this actually, what he's referring to is how to get to the final dragon, and also the key, so... I don't want to miss anything. This camera angle is kind of screwing with me. So what you do is you glide around this corner. You just hug the wall, and eventually you'll end up here. Now I watch a lot of new Let's Players, or like not new Let's Players, but new players to this game, and I'm like, oh man, that's not what you do. Anyways, we have Maximus.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough, but they're pretty tasty. Flame broiled, with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, I'll happily eat them, but no. Anyways, we gotta go back to get to that spot that we were at. You know, the one where the chest. and then we can just go to the end of the level. Yeah, so you think there'd be like a dragon for getting to that really far glide, but no, the glide challenge is technically there. But this world is all about gliding, in my opinion. Like, even the ice cavern, it's all about gliding. The boss is about gliding, everything. Even though you don't actually defeat the boss by gliding. The boss is always defeated, I'd say the exact same way, but boss number 4 is different. I think boss number 4 is the only one not defeated the exact same way. And I mean even the final boss. Boss number 4 is unique. Probably the most unique until Spyro 2. Oh, I actually hit it, so one more hit and it'll burninate. Okay, let's gather up some more money. Ooh, some big chunk of change there. Oh man, we're getting rich. How many lives are we looking at? We have 11. Yeah, another thing is, lives are a lot more scarce in Spyro games and Crash games, but you're less likely to die in this game if you just take your time. Crash, you're one hit away from death 90% of the time, so you gotta be careful. Now, I don't consider these games rivals, though apparently a lot of people make it a big deal that they are rivals to each other. Are you kidding me? Aw, man. So I guess this will be the last level we do in this episode. I'm going to be recording a lot of this today because, in my personal opinion, I'm having a really good time playing this. Also, the level is relatively short if you ignore all the side paths. You just go up here, here's your second dragon, and bada boom, you're at the end. But yeah, this game I'm not going to have to do a lot of editing for either. Like, since I play this a lot, or played it a lot, it literally is super easy for me. Also, I completely missed all of those and ended up hitting him instead. Now with that, my friends, we have completed this level, so let's return home. Yeah. Another 400 gems. 1,600. I believe there's 20... There might be 2,500 here. 20 something. So let's just kill an enemy. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And in the next episode, we will be going to Clifftown. I'm just going over here to save my game between progress. But yeah, next episode, we'll be going to Clifftown, Night Flight, and then Dr. Shemp. Or opposite order, just depending. Oh, and Ice Cavern. See you guys next time. Bye-bye and have a wonderful day.